Follow!
Gather around the fire. Take a seat, gather around.
I'm sitting. Here.
Gather around and take a seat. Good evening and welcome everyone. I trust that you have all had a pleasant day at Thorpe Park Movie Studios, yes? Very good. Then we will begin. My first story of the evening will begin with the director. Some of you may have had the opportunity to see him around today. The director is a strange human being. He has quite a dark past, and this is apparent in his work, as some of you may know. The director started out wanting to be a movie maker, but with no budget and no one who was willing to take a chance on his films. Frustrated and angered, the director resorted to cutting up his own face in order to mutate himself on camera to make the films that he so desired to make. Can you imagine it? A messed up director who is emotionally unstable and who cuts up his own face. I find it quite disturbing. The director finds actors who are willing to sacrifice themselves to be in these messed up films. Not all of the actors stay alive. Not all of the actors make the cut. And not all of the actors want a career in Movieland once they have auditioned for him. It goes either way, ladies and gentlemen. You either love it and you end up working for him forever, or you hate it and you wound up dead or disturbed. I auditioned for the director once. Never again. He made me do things that I would never do in my life, and that is saying quite a lot. I hear that he keeps actors prisoner for his movies so that he is guaranteed a cast for every production. I also hear that he still cuts up his face to this day, 13 years from when he first started doing it. Nevertheless, he is still a genius and has many admirers. It is just a shame that not everyone sees his work as art. Which brings me to my second story. Now, we all get lost in life. Sometimes we get lost in the supermarket. Other times we get lost in life in general. But we always seem to find our way back, somehow. However, there was one girl who got lost and never found her way back. Her name was Lucy, and it was the 17th of October 2004. She was here on these very grounds with her family. She had her hair in pigtails and was carrying her favourite teddy bear, Honey. Now Lucy was a curious soul, always wanting to explore the world and see what was out there. Well, they say that curiosity kills the cat, or in this case, the child. She wandered off. She wanted to ride the carousel with its trancing soundtrack and joyous colours. Her parents turned their back for 1 second and she was gone. All that was left on her seat of the carousel was her teddy bear, Honey. Now the park went into lockdown on the search for Lucy. Her parents, horrified, searched everywhere. Guests and staff looked high and low. CCTV footage was checked. And when they got hold of the footage, all they could see on the carousel was Lucy sitting there, stroking Honey. Then she goes round again. She begins to act in a bizarre manner. She begins to twitch. She begins to tear at her teddy bear's ears. Then the third time she goes around, she is gone. However, there is no CCTV footage that shows her leaving the carousel. She just disappears. People have claimed to have sighted her around the park and around the carousel. Some people have even claimed to have seen her by the lake, calling out for Honey. And now for my final story, which leads me on to the night terrors. For those of you who don't know who the night terrors are, they are a group of murderers who dart through the night, terrorizing those in their sleep with weapons, such as steel poles, rope, and a baseball bat. They paint their faces in such a way that you cannot see their true identity. White faces with hollowed out eyes and blood pouring from their mouths, hungry for the next victim. You never know when they're going to strike. It could be next week. It could be next month. It could be tonight. And you know it is them when you hear the chainsaw. I believe that my work here is done. Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you good night. I suggest that you return to your rooms, and I hope for your sake that you don't have a night terror.